Jones has, in her uniquely characteristic style, broken all records with her maiden production. You could not have picked a more taboo topic, and I think everybody has said that over and over again, to start your journey as a producer. And thank God for creative energies like yours who also have their hearts in the right place. We cannot thank you enough for opening the floodgates on this very difficult subject, and we would love for you to share your journey with us.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to thank the Gates Foundation, UNICEF, and Kate, Vinta, Victor. Nobody can say that big name, for taking this movie to all the pockets in the rural areas where there are no cinemas, but there are people that really, really need to see it. PADMAN, I'm hoping, more than a movie, is part of a movement where women are no longer held back or embarrassed by their biology, where commercials, like a lot that Balki made, stop showing blue liquid on sanitary pads instead of red, where 80% of our women who are using rags are able to use hygienic products during their days of menstruation. And where we can't promise all our schoolgirls iPads, unfortunately, but we can definitely get them all the sanitary pads they need. When we began PADMAN, we were very clear that this is a movie that would initiate a conversation about menstruation and menstrual health upon the collective consciousness of this country. And I'm really, really glad to see that happening. I think there were two things that worked. One was the way that Balki addressed this. Because when the trailers were out, I got a lot of my friends saying, you know, my 11-year-old son wants to see the movie. And I had to tell him that, no, it's not a superhero movie. And he said, I know what it's about, but I want to see it. Another woman came and told me her 8-year-old son wanted to see it, and the husband snapped back saying that this is not a movie for you, and she fought with him. And I'm sure this will go into a controversy, but she said, I don't care if we see Padmavat or not, but we will see PADMAN. So I think with all of this happening in this country, it's something that has been very exciting for us to be part of. There is only one man that I'd like to thank, Muruganantham, and his unwavering belief in this cause. And I'm truly, truly grateful that he let us be part of his journey. Thank you very, very much.
Sorry, I was so engrossed hearing everything that I forgot my role. So we now throw open the floor to questions from our media colleagues. So anybody with a question for any of the 5 guests on the stage?
Hi, Twinkle. Hi, Balki sir. अच्छा. हाँ मैम, आप बता दें कि जब आपने फिल्म की शुरुआत की थी तो सोचा था कभी कि हाफ सेंचुरी भी फिल्म मारेगी और जिस सब्जेक्ट के बारे में लोग बात नहीं करना चाहते उसके बारे में खुल के बात करेंगे, तो जिस तरीके की प्रशंसा आपको हर तरफ से मिल रही है, ऐसा अनुमान कभी लगाया था आपने?
No, we were worried because it was a risk. We did not know whether people would take to this, and at this point of time, with both the commercial success and the critical success has been overwhelming. And who would have thought, maybe even 5 years ago, that we would, you know, between Balki and Akshay, make people see a movie about a sanitary pad, of all things. But they did it, and we did it, and we're really, really happy right now.
And Balki sir, आपको किस तरीके के कॉम्प्लीमेंट मिले हैं? क्योंकि मैम ने भी जस्ट जिक्र किया अपने दोस्तों का, कोई पर्टिकुलर बात जो आपको याद आती हो?
Somebody asked me, you know, they're trying to call me, and I said, Wagi. I said, yeah. How did you make this movie? I said, yeah, with the camera, with this thing, it's like how you make every other movie. Actually, when, yes, on looking back, it looks like a risky kind of a thing. I don't think we ever thought of it like that. We never started with it, we just did it because it was such an interesting story and a very important thing to be addressed. And you had the opportunity to do it with a fantastic actor and a great star. I don't think you can have a combination like that coming together. what a superb story of a man. What an important cause that's never been addressed in the world. And what a big star. So, what more do you need to make a film?
Hello, Mr. Balki and Twinkle. What kind of response did you get from the industry colleagues? Of course, the film is doing in terms of collections, yes. But personally, is there something that you would like to share among the industry colleagues?
Industry never says anything bad. They always tell you exactly what you want to hear. So it's polite and very nice and lovely. No, actually, some of them are genuinely moved. The one thing I remember in all the industry screenings is there's one screening, I found a girl, she was married, she was crying in the corner after the film, and I went and asked her, what happened? What's happened? She said, so you know what, you don't know, I came from a very progressive family. My father, I was the only daughter. I got married. My husband's an industrialist. We're very rich. We live in Bombay. We live in a multi-crore house. I still am not allowed to go into the kitchen or touch the curtains during my periods. And my husband fights with my mother-in-law every month. And my mother-in-law has only shuts him up in one sentence. You never stopped us. Why are you stopping her? So it's an answer that he does not have. And they have a fight. And I stopped doing anything about it because I didn't want them to fight. But I know how to end the fight. I'm just going to bring them to this film. That was enough of a compliment, not compliment, that was enough of a justification for, doing what we did. And besides, a lot of people didn't think of it so deeply and said, what an enjoyable film. To me, all entertainment education starts with just saying, a lovely, enjoyable film. And then all the messaging.
You mentioned that the topic is taboo in the US. Why is it so? I was quite surprised when you said that sometime back.
I'll tell you, can I tell my story about the tampon commercial?
Please.
So I'll tell you a story. There was a commercial made in the US for tampon. And the commercial was two lovers in a rowboat, and they're rowing and they're looking at each other, very romantic, and beautiful music is playing. And all of a sudden the boat springs a leak. And so they're frantically looking for something to plug up the leak. And she digs in her purse and pulls out a tampon and puts it in the hole. And they plug the boat up, and then, the ad for whatever brand it was. They took it off the air. They aired it aired, and then they must have gotten so much complaints from the other advertisers or the network or viewers, I don't know, but they pulled it off the air. They said it was too offensive. So, and I'm a person who's worked in the television industry and the entertainment industry for more years than I want to admit, and I have never seen a movie or anything that deals with this. Occasionally there'll be an episode on a TV show, one episode that sort of touches on it, where the mother gives the daughter the talk or something, but it's very, very benign. And so I just think it's absolutely remarkable that this film is out, and I can't wait to go back to the US and say, look what they're doing over there in India,